BassResinator here. I've got my little turtle mold and my frog mold. One of my subscribers said, "Hey, you do cool things with your frogs. Can you do a shaker?" And I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna have to make a plug though. So I made a plug, and this will go down in there a ways. And what is that? I thought, since I'm going to do it, I might as well do a turtle too. And this one's a little deeper because it's a deeper piece. And so I got the eyes picked out and I put them in there. And then I thought, let me use some of this holographic chameleon mica, copper gold. So I did the feet and the flippers and the top of their heads. I'll show you. Say that, and I'm trying to get this in here. Come on, open. There we go. Put all my stuff away so I can keep track of it. So that's from Toonfish Crafts, made by Tiny Turner. And these are going to be some of the inserts I do in the shaker part. So I got the eyes in place, and amphibian eyes, that pupil needs to go horizontal. And on reptile eyes, they need to go vertical. So I dusted their heads and their appendages. I've got the resin in the vacuum chamber, so I'll go get it and I'll be right back. Okay, I mixed up about 3 ounces. I hope that's enough to get what I need. Something floating around in this resin. I don't see it in the frog, but I see it in the turtle. There, got it. Whatever it was, it is gone now. It's weird how that... I have these cups upside down, so it shouldn't be anything floating in there. The only thing floating, I hope, is this. Put it down into there. Oh, come on, go on down there. There. Okay, I'll let those cure up, and then I will come back and add the fall coloring bits. I'm not going to make this a liquidy one, liquid center. I'm going to just put dry things in there. Okay, I'll see you when it's time to take those plugs out. Well, these cured up, and I was able to pull that plug out, and I have some acetate that I cut, hopefully to the right shape, to where I can cover that. But before I put that down, I need to put in, I don't know where I got these. I think Laura's Art Corner sent me these, I think. But I want to put a couple of these in to help these leaves bounce around. Oh, hello. They're just bouncing all over the place. Well, one went I don't know where. Oh, one's up in his arm. We'll get 7. That's a good number. It's a number of completion or perfection. 2, 3, yep. Oh, really? Get down in there. Oh, come on. You going day. Okay. Now these things always seem to have just a plethora of static. It'd really help if I could. I don't need many to add the effect. See, look at that. I mean, they just jumped. One went flying across a crowded room, and somehow you know. Anybody ever seen that musical? It's called South Pacific. Wow, there's something on that. Plastic bag that is just but I like these. These are called autumn leaves, and it's from a company called Glitter Makes It, but they do a lot of other inclusions, not just glitter, such as these things. Well, come on now. Now, I was thinking about, let me come back. I have some other little beads that have color. Goodness. These are flying all over the place too. Wow. There's just a little bit of color will, I think, do cool stuff. Now look at that. That one of those little leaves grabbed onto that. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, 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 ay. Canta y no llores, porque cantando se alegra, cielito lindo, los corazones. Check and make sure there's no little beads floating around somewhere where I didn't put them. Okay. I have this high viscosity UV resin, which is what I think I'm going to need to hold. It'll stay in place better than other UV resin. Because it's so thick, it just doesn't want to move, which is nice. Okay, so there's that one. I just see some more little leaves over here on this side. Okay, now what I'm trying to do, I'm not going to worry about those leaves, is get it to where I've got a good seal so that when I come down with more resin later, I won't have resin getting down into the shaking material. Okay, this guy is going under the lamp. I'll leave that there while I try and get this one going. And I'm not going to shake this yet, because if there's any of that glue, listen to me, any of that resin that got down in there, it'll mess it up. I think these are going to be really kind of cool. Oh, look at how those balls, those little globe things glow. Okay, I don't need those thingies anymore. Let me now go around the edge and make sure I got a good seal. Not that kind of seal. When I first opened this UV resin, I thought, man, what did I do wrong? Is it old or something? No, it is high viscosity. It's thick. You got to squeeze really hard to get it out. But that helps with this type of project. Making sure we get nothing coming back and getting in there and ruining our shaky and shake it all about. Well, you know, we could say this turtle and this frog are shaking like leaves. Ah! Yep. Okay, I'll come back to you when I'm ready to add the next part. I decided to go with black on the bottom. That way these powders that are on the, I don't know if it'll show up so much on the head, but on the fins and feet, flippers and feet will show up really good. But Eye Candy Kokuyo Black is a paste. So I'm mixing it into my part B first. What I did was I just stirred it around in here and then slid the popsicle stick across on one side and just left a little bit on that side, and it's going to come out really black. If you're looking for a black, this one is black. You got to get it off the stick though too. Okay, I'll come back to you when I'm done mixing, and then I will show you how I pour it. Okay, got it mixed up. Please, no one go into the area where I have the shaky stuff. Now I'm going to need to get this so that I can make sure he doesn't have a bubble in his tail. I saw it filling up his chin really well, so that's good. Well, there's nothing. I hope there's no bubble. I can't. Nothing's coming out, so. And I don't want to loosen it up and then cause it to leak into where I put the shakers. I've got a rock tumbler going in the other room, and it's making noise. I keep thinking it's raining outside, but it's just that rock tumbler. Okay, I better not pour any more in. I'll end up having overflow because these are domed. I got a few bubbles in here. Now, if the level of these goes down dramatically, I'll know that some seeped into that, and I will be most frustrated. Most frustrated. Okay, I'll come back to you when it's all cured up. Bye. Well, these are cured up, but I don't like the look of this. I came in here and there was a bubble, and I popped it. I came back a little bit later with another bubble, and I popped it, and I came back a little bit later and another bubble, and I popped it, and it cured with the bubble mark. But here's the good thing. So it didn't totally ruin it, but I don't know if some got down inside or not. Well, only one way to find out. Let's hope it turned out okay. There's a little tear right on that part of the leg. So it leaves a little flap of resin. That's not good. There's another little bit of, maybe this mold is coming apart at the seams. Look at this. It seems like it's depositing bits of silicone here and there. You and I are both wanting to see the other side, but I gotta get this thingy off. Well, let me come back to you when I get this off. Okay, what I was saying right before I pushed pause was I'm not gonna look, and I didn't. I got that off. It looks kind of nasty, so I'll have to put some UV resin on there, black UV. Well, let's see. Well, it's definitely a shaker. Look at those eyes. Woo. There must have been some bubbles underneath that. Well, other than the little bubbles, but it's not, you know, I bet the top of that silicone had some little imperfections in it, left those bubble things. Plus, it left it kind of cloudy. Oh, I can see where that resin started to come in a little bit right there, but it didn't get all the way down in. Oh, and there's some over here where it got in a little bit, and it stuck a couple of those little... Anyway, I got a shaker. Hey, look! One of the leaves came out. Okay. Did I have a bubble in the tail that I could not get? We'll find out. It's definitely fall colors on this, though. There is a bubble. Bummer. Well, I guess I'll put a little bit of black UV there, as well as on this guy's bottom of his leg. Well, let's see about this guy. Same thing with those little bubbles, but it is a shaker. This is cool. Look at those eyes. Reptilian eyes. Wow, the holographic on this really visible on the bigger area. I wonder if it... Yeah, it's on the feet too. You can see it. Take these guys out in the sun. Well, if nothing else, you can tell it's a shaker. And you can sort of see things rolling around, but I don't like those little air bubble thingies that were on top of that silicone. Let me look at that silicone. No, it didn't have any little things, so there must have been air bubbles stuck on the bottom of that when I put it in. Bummer. But it isn't really shiny, so that's what's causing that foggy effect. Well, I've got some shakers. Now that person that asked for me to make a shaker frog, there you go. Shakers can be fun. This is a pair. Hey, sound like maracas. Yeah, this is part of a collaboration called Froggy Friday, as well as a challenge. So check in my description. That's one way to pick up those little leaves that go awry. And you'll be able to see the other people that are involved in this collaboration. It's a lot of fun to do. New things every week by everybody. So yeah, check out the other ones that are in there and let them know what you think. I'll get these out in the sun so we can see how those colors pop. Okay. If you're a subscriber of mine, thank you so very much. If not, you should be. Just click below where it says subscribe. And then click the little bell icon right next to that, and you'll be notified anytime I do something new. Wow, I just noticed. Not all of that powder came off. Well, I guess next one I do is going to have a little bit of that powder on there. I do have channel memberships if you're interested in helping out that way. If you are, just click join and follow the instructions. Yeah, stick around for the pictures of these guys out in the sun and check out the playlist. See ya. Bye.